And our topic for this afternoon, we have tone and mood in poetry and elements of drama. Okay. Um, for our learning objectives, at the end of the discussion, we will be able to differentiate tone and mood in poetry. Letter B, discuss what drama is, and then identify and explain the different elements of drama. And then we have here show appreciation to literary genre, especially poetry and drama. Okay, let us now start our discussion. Okay, so love is a very popular subject matter of poets in writing their poems. Now, when we read love poems, we feel elated, happy, and inspired. Now, this feeling that we get from reading a poem is the overall atmosphere of the literary work, uh, which is called tone and mood of the poem in particular. Okay, now what is tone and what is mood in poetry? Now, tone is the writer's attitude towards the subject of the piece, the audience, and the self. Now, this tone is also known as the way feelings are expressed. Okay? It simply refers to how the author feels towards the subject or towards something. Now, you will know what the author's tone by the words he uses. Okay? Now, tone is conveyed through the use of the following. So we have here diction. Okay, diction are words that the author uses in his writing. Okay, and then we have also a point of view. Now, point of view is the author's view and how it affects his writing. And then we have also syntax. Syntax is the arrangement of words to create sentences. Okay, we have here also the author's level of formality, and it is how formal or informal the piece is. Now, tone can change the meaning of what you say. Now, these are the important tone words that we must consider. Number one, we have accusatory. Uh, Accusatory is charging of wrongdoing. Like, for example, if you are accusing someone, okay? Okay. And then we have bitter. Bitter means exhibiting strong animosity as a result of pain and grief. And then we have also critical or finding fault. Okay. And then we have earnest. When you say earnest, it is an intense and a sincere state of mind. Okay. And we have also intimate. Intimate means very familiar or very close. Okay. Intimate. Okay. Then we have here optimistic. Optimistic, as we all know, means hopeful, cheerful, and uh, feeling positive all the time. Okay. And then we have also the tone of reverend. Okay. When you say reverend, it means treating the subject with respect and honor. And then sarcastic. Sarcastic is sneering and caustic. Then we have also sincere. So we all know that sincere is being genuine. Okay. And then solemn. Okay. Solemn means tendering towards sad reflection. Okay. Solemn. Okay. So these are the important tone words. Okay. Now I have here a real life example of tone. Now, you can say the same phrase in different ways, each showing a different attitude or tone. Now, let's try saying, "Come here, Sally," using the following tones. Okay? So, for commanding or bossy, you can say, "Come here, Sally." Okay? So, so that is commanding or bossy. How about secretive? Okay? Uh, "Come here, Sally." Okay? So there is an element of being secretive here. And then how about saying in a loving tone? Okay? "Come here, Sally." Okay? And then angry. "Come here, Sally." Okay? So that is the tone of being angry. And then excited. How do you say "come here, Sally" in an excited uh, tone? "Come here, Sally." Okay? So there is an element of excitement. And then playful. Okay? "Come here, Sally." Okay? So you can say the same phrase in different ways. So showing a different tone. Okay? Now, how about these examples? Okay? Example of tones. Okay? So, I'd rather stay here and wait than go into that dark room. So the sentence imposes that the person is scared, okay, in going to the dark room. Okay, "The sun is shining brightly in the meadow. Let's go out and play." Okay, the sentence imposes that the person is happy or excited. Then, "I called my friend at their house. Her brother said she's not home, but I heard her voice come over the line." And this sentence imposes that the person is suspicious. So these are examples of tone. Okay. How about mood? What do you mean by mood? Okay. So mood refers to the feeling of the atmosphere the author is describing. Okay. It is what the authors makes you feel when you read his writings. Now, you can read a sentence and feel sad, happy, or angry. Now, mood also evoked emotion by a text in a reader. So it's what you actually experience. Now, mood also has devices to create the mood in a text. Okay, so we have dialogue. Okay, when you say dialogue, it refers to language between the characters. And then we have also setting. Okay, setting refers to when and where the storyline takes place. And we have also the plot. Okay, as we all know, the plot is the rise and fall of action and events in a piece. Okay, so take note of these devices to create the mood in a text. Okay, and then what are the examples of moods? Okay, number one, uh, suspense. Okay, and then number two, we have lonely, or the mood of being lonely, and then happy, the mood of being happy or happiness. Okay, the mood of being angry. Okay, the mood of being anxious. Okay, so when you say anxious, you have uh, too much worry in you. And then the mood of being tense, suspicious, excited, depressed, and scared. So these are examples of moods that we should uh, take into consideration. Okay, now I have here examples of mood. Okay, the night was dark and stormy. Okay, so this sentence gives you a scary mood or feeling. Okay, And then kicked the man kicked and threw the poor cat out of his house. So the man kicked and threw the poor cat out of his house. So the sentence gives you a feeling of anger, okay, or pity towards the cat, okay, because the cat is being thrown out of the house, okay. And then there was plenty of food and the music was playing. So everybody was having a good time. So this sentence gives us a feeling or a mood of being happy and having fun. Okay, so these are examples of mood. Okay, now uh, let's move on to drama. Okay, so the term drama comes from a Greek word which means action. Okay. Now, the two masks associated with drama represent the traditional generic division between comedy and tragedy. Okay. So, drama could either be comedy or tragedy. Now, drama is told mainly through the words and actions of the characters and intended to be performed by actors. Now, featured films can be considered as drama as well as any television program. Okay, so playwrights or playwriters develop a script in the play, which includes stage directions to help actors and directors and readers visualize what is happening on stage. Okay, so playwriters are people who write script, okay, in the play. Okay, and then what are the elements of drama? Okay, the elements of drama by which dramatic works can be analyzed and evaluated can be categorized into three major areas. So, these elements are literary elements, technical elements, and performance elements. So let us discuss it one by one. Okay, so we have literary elements. Now, Aristotle has these six elements of drama in terms of these literary elements. Okay, so number one, we have plot, and then we have also theme, and then number three, we have characters. Then number four, we have dialogue, then music or rhythm, and then we have spectacles. Now, what is a plot? Okay. Now, plot, as we all know, refers to the action. Okay. The basic storyline of the play. Okay. So the storyline of the play is called plot. Okay, now there are six stages in a plot structure. So we have initial incident or the beginning of the plot, and we have also the preliminary event. Okay, the first event that occurs in a plot or in a storyline, and then we have rising action, wherein uh, we experience climax. Now, climax or crisis, uh, it is the decisive moment or the turning point of the plot at which the rising action of the play is reversed to falling action. Okay? And then we have the denouement. This denouement is the final part of the plot or the end. Okay, so again, in a plot, there is an initial incident, then comes the preliminary event, Then from rising action comes climax, and from climax we have falling action until we reach the denouement. Okay. Next we have a theme. Theme refers to the meaning of the play. What is the theme of the play? Now, theme is the main idea or lesson to be learned from the play. In some cases, the theme of a play is obvious. Other times, it is quite subtle. Now, we have here a conflict between two individuals. Okay. Now, this conflict between two individuals is also known as conflict uh, uh, between the protagonist and the antagonist. Okay. So this is man against man, conflict from man against man. Okay. And then we have also here conflict between man and supernatural powers. So it could be man against nature. Okay. Man against nature. And so we have also here conflict between the man and himself. So it is the conflict between man and himself, man against himself. Okay. So we have conflict between man against man. We have conflict between man against nature, and we have conflict between man against himself for the theme. Then we have also the characters. Now, the people, these are people and sometimes animals or ideas portrayed by the actors in the play. Now, it is the characters who move the action or plot. Now, characterization is the way an author presents a character. Now, characters could be protagonist and antagonist, could be static and dynamic, could be flat or round. Now, let's have first protagonist and antagonist. Okay, we all know that protagonist is the lead actor or the lead star. Okay, and then the antagonist, it is the villain or the villainess in the story. Okay, and then we have here the static and dynamic. Now, static character uh, are the character that stays the same throughout the story. Okay, it is also termed as stereotyped, which means that only one or two characters that never change. Okay, for example, a wicked stepmother, for example. So she could be a wicked sister all throughout the story. And then we have dynamic character, a character that changes due to events in the story. Okay, so dynamic means that many personalities that change for better or worse by the end of the story. Okay, for example, if you have seen the movie Shrek, now Shrek there uh, portrays dynamic characters. Okay, and then we have also flat character, a character which we know very limited information about. Okay, and then round character, a character which we know a lot of information about. Okay, that makes him a round character. Okay, and then another we have another literary element is dialogue. Dialogue refers to the words written by the playwright and spoken by the characters in the play. Now, the dialogue helps move the action of the play along. It can also be defined as an exchange between two or more characters. Now, I have here forms of dialogue, soliloquy and aside. Now, soliloquy is character is when a character is typically alone on stage and delivers a long speech. Okay. Now, emotions and innermost thoughts of the character are revealed in a soliloquy. Now, in other words, soliloquy is the act of talking to oneself and or an act of speaking one's thoughts aloud. Okay, for example, uh, from Romeo and Juliet by William Shakespeare. Okay, so Juliet speaks her thoughts aloud when she learns that Romeo is the son of her family's enemy. And she said, "Oh, Romeo, my Romeo." Okay, so that is soliloquy, the act of talking to oneself and an act of speaking one's thoughts aloud. Okay, and then aside, we have here aside. This is spoken by a character to another character or to the audience, but it is not heard by other characters on stage. Asides reveal what a character is thinking or feeling. Okay? So that is a dialogue. Then we have music or rhythm. While music is often featured in drama, in this case, Aristotle was referring to the rhythm of the actors' voices as they speak. Now, when you say spectacle, this refers to the visual elements of a play, like sets, costumes, special effects, and others. Now, spectacle is everything that the audience sees as they watch the play. Okay, so those are the literary elements of drama. Now let's move on to the different technical elements of drama. So we have scenery or the set, and we have costumes, we have properties, lights, sound, and makeup. Okay, so scenery is the theatrical equipment such as curtains, flats, backdrops, or platforms used in a dramatic production to communicate environment. Okay, so there should be a scenery or there should be a set. Okay, and then we have costumes. In a drama or in a play, costumes are very important. So clothing and accessories are worn by actors to portray character and period are called costumes. Okay? And then we have properties. Now, properties are any article except costume or scenery used as part of a dramatic production. So any movable object that appears on stage during performance, from a telephone to a train, is called properties. Okay? Then we have lights. Light elements means that every placement, intensity, and color of lights have to be set as needed to help communicate environment, mood, or feeling. Okay. Another one is sound. The effects of the effects an audience hears during performance to communicate character, context, or environment is called sound. Now, makeup includes costumes, wigs, and body paint, okay, used to transform an actor into a character, okay? because the actors should portray very well the character. Okay, and then we have here performance elements. So what are the performance elements? Okay, so number one, acting. Okay, so acting is the use of face, body, and voice to portray a character or to portray character. Okay, and then character motivation. So the reason or reasons for characters' behavior, an incentive or inducement for further action for a character in a drama. Now we have also character analysis. Okay, in responding to dramatic art, the process of examining how the elements of drama, literary, technical, and performance are used. Okay, and then we have the last one, we have empathy. Okay, empathy is the capacity to relate to the feelings of another, or putting oneself to the shoe of uh, other person or another person. Okay, so these are the performance elements of drama. Now, in conclusion, in drama, first, there are three major elements, which are literary, technical, and performance elements. Now, when we say literary elements, it consists of plot, theme, characters, dialogue, music, spectacle, convention, genre, and audience. Okay? When we say technical elements of drama, it consists of scenery or the set, the costumes, the properties, lights, sound, and makeup. Okay? Now, and the last, we have performance elements consist of acting, character motivation, character analysis, and empathy. Now, for each element holds specific role in ensuring the success of a drama. Now, we have to pay attention to each element that construct it. Now, uh, in in terms of tone and mood in poetry, now when we say tone, uh, as a review, tone simply refers to how the author feels towards the subject or towards something. Okay. Now you will know what the author's tone by the words he uses. Okay. Mood, on the other hand, refers to the feelings of the atmosphere the author is describing. Now, it is what the author makes uh, you feel when you read his writings. You can read a sentence and feel happy, or you feel sad, or feel angry. Okay? So, that concludes our discussion this afternoon about tone and mood in poetry, and at the same time elements of drama. And thank you, my dear students, for attending our virtual class. Um, Keep safe, everyone, and God bless us all. Thank you.